Alright my friends, after the introduction of the Flame Chasers and mainly Elysia and Kevin, many people started to wonder who these characters are. So today we will talk about Elysia from Honkai Impact 3rd and who she is, and I would love to hear your opinion about it in the comments section below. Now before we start, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell beside it to stay notified with everything new about Honkai Star Rail, and without any further ado, let's just get started. Elysia is one of the most complex and captivating characters in Honkai Impact 3rd. She is a flame chaser who undergone a mantis transformation during the previous era, and a central figure in the story of the Elysian realm. Undergoing a mantis transformation means fusing with a Honkai beast and receiving new powers. The problem though is that not everyone is capable of doing so. Some people can't handle the transformation and dies. However, Elysia was able to handle the transformation. Elysia was one of humanity's last hopes during the previous era. Her name Elysia means paradise, and it reflects her reference to Jesus, which we are going to talk about later. She created the group called the Flame Chasers, which is the group of people who are coming to Honkai Star Rail during the Amphoreus story starting from version 3.0. Elysia was instrumental in uniting 13 powerful warriors under a single banner to combat the Honkai, but sadly, her group of warriors was never acknowledged by the Firemoth. Elysia's role extends beyond her contributions as a warrior. She is portrayed as a deeply virtuous individual who loved humanity unconditionally, not just its beauty, but also its flaws. When we follow her story as a child, we see her encountering all types of people, kind people, evil people, thieves, etc. And regardless of how good or bad these people treated her, she would always do everything she can to help them and treat them kindly. That is exactly what Jesus told us: love both your friends and enemies similarly. Sadly though, she turned to be a harsher, which during the previous era was unacceptable because people never knew when a person could lose control and destroy humanity. It already happened multiple times and the casualties were extremely high every single time. But she was an anomaly. She was a harsher who should have never existed, and she was the first ever harsher who was able to control herself without letting the cocoon of finality control her. Unfortunately, that isn't enough for regular humans to feel safe around her, and therefore she had to die. However, because she understood why humanity treated her like that, and because of how much she loved humanity, she decided to sacrifice herself to try to protect it. When she died, she severed the connection between the cocoon of finality and harshers, and by doing so, gave the opportunity for future harshers to be able to control their own destinies. Without Elysia doing this, humanity would have never stood a chance against the cocoon of finality. This is also a direct reference to how Jesus sacrificed himself to save humanity regardless of how badly they treated him, and even though they killed him, he still forgave them. After that, we meet Elysia in the Elysian realm, in the current era, but it's just a simulation of herself in a simulated universe. And we learn there about her story and the stories of the 13 Flame Chasers. When it comes to her connection to Jesus, we already talked about a few references, but here is a little bit more details about it. First of all, Elysia embodies unconditional love for humanity. She loved both those who hated her and those who loved her, and she sacrificed herself for the sake of humanity, to save it from the Honkai. That is exactly what Jesus did as well, where he sacrificed himself for humanity's salvation from the great sin. Secondly, Elysia's association with the blooming flowers symbolizes renewal and resurrection, which are key aspects of the Christian belief and what Jesus represents as well. Her ability to inspire growth and hope despite overwhelming challenges mirrors the idea of resurrection as a path to spiritual rebirth for humanity. Thirdly, wanting to unite humanity together and protecting them. Both Elysia and Jesus wanted to unite humanity and protect them. Elysia is a mysterious girl who appeared out of nowhere and captured the hearts of players so well that when she was released, Honkai Impact 3rd hit the highest player count ever. Either way, this is who Elysia is, and I would love to hear your opinion about her in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell beside it to stay notified with everything new about Honkai Star Rail, and until next time, see you as always in the next video.
ようこそ高潔で純真な魂。あなたは過去を探求するために来た。しかし真実の礎石はすでに過去の土に埋もれている。ここは末世最後の楽土であり、失意者たちの墓地でもある。ここに存在しているのは少し興味を惹かれるようなお話だけ。遠い昔のこと、ヒーローになれなかった13人のお話。この杯を広い天地に捧げましょう。いつまでもこの瞬間が続きますように。この世界が黄金のごとく輝きますように。そこまでじゃ戦後。あの子はもう死んだのじゃ。これ以上殺しても何の意味もない。
殺しにもともと意味などないさ。だが彼らの死には意味がなきゃいけない。
死は命の終点じゃない。命は死によって進化し神聖するの。そう、私たちは人類とは何か再定義する。
ケビン、ヒーローが世界を救うわけじゃない。世界を救ったからヒーローと呼ばれるの。
しかし僕たちは知っている。この世界はもう救えないと。それでも僕たちはヒーローにならなければならない。
見て、彼らはあんなに誇らしげに生き、命で文明の昇華を奏でた。これは英傑と呼ばれた人々の話。13人の失意者が経験した未完の旅。けど来訪者、あなたの道は続いてる。そうでしょ？なら心のままに進みなさい。足跡をたどってあの火を追った旅を見届けるの。最後は死した者たちの墓を越え、私たちが作れなかった未来を作りなさい。